that Direct was genuinely comical in how bad it was. Like, this game, everyone was hating on it for being $80. And then Nintendo said, oh, watch the Direct. Everything, it's really a big, expansive, open world. And then they showed the Direct, and it's like revealed a rewind feature and charge boosting. I don't know. Look, I'm excited for the game. I'm a pretty passionate Nintendo person, so like I'm gonna buy it probably with the bundle, realistically, just because there's not really a reason for me to buy it physically. I already kind of would want Mario Kart digitally anyways, just because it's the kind of game you want to be able to pop open at all times. But this whole situation is just funny. Like, I'm just apathetic. I'm not even mad at Nintendo. I'm not saying I'm not mad at Nintendo because I'm defending them. I'm not mad at Nintendo because I just don't care anymore. Like, it is not worth it to put this much anger at an entertainment company. And so many people on the internet are just so mad. Again, it's just comical now. I'm not laughing at the people themselves. I get it that, like, for a lot of these people, their situations are that they are getting priced out of their favorite, like, or a lot of entertainment mediums because of the economy, because of inflation, blah, yada, yada, yada. Everything's been talked about already. I'm not going to repeat points that's been talked about already. But the part I'm laughing about, honestly, is just Nintendo's end at how badly they're dropping the ball in the communications department here. Like, it's almost like you see a child do something stupid, and, like, you're mad at them because they did something stupid, but then they just did something, like, they just did something stupid again, and now it's just like, oh, so you're just stupid, you know? That's what this situation is. Like, I'm kind of like, Nintendo's communication department in Nintendo of America is genuinely just somebody needs to get fired there. Holy crap! I talked about this in my podcast previously. I guess we'll go watch that if you want. But what I talked about there is I did actually defend Nintendo here, and I think a lot of the Switch 2 pricing fiascos really comes down to the fact that Nintendo of America are not communicating properly. They're not addressing themselves properly right now. Like, Doug Bowser saying that if you can't afford the Switch 2, you go buy a Switch 1 is one of the worst takes that, like, I can ever hear anyone say. I don't think that's actually really... I think Nintendo could have justified it better. Like, that's just a communication error right there. First and foremost, that is no fault of Nintendo of Japan. It's the whole this whole situation is just again. I'm like, previously I was kind of mad. Not sorry for any plosives here. I don't have a audio cover for my microphone, but I need to invest in that. It's like $5, I know. Nintendo of America. Like, I have no problem with Nintendo of Japan. The pricing, if I look into it economically, does kind of make sense. I think their communications department is horrible, though. And I doubled down on this because I also know Japanese, and I looked at the Japanese base, and they seem... Nintendo of America or Nintendo of Japan, like, just generally how they communicate their prices, being a little more silent about it and kind of letting more of interpretation on the consumers, and that works better in Japan from what I've gathered, because it's not an entertainment there is seen like there's not this hatred towards corporations like there is in the US right now, especially with like something like Nintendo fans, where that can be very easily whiny. And well, in Japan, it's a lot more accepted, and just they don't need to communicate that. So I think Nintendo of America kind of stopped remembering how to communicate that, and then they think that it's okay to just not realize that a bunch of people on the internet are already hyper analyzing all the treehouse footage and all of the Nintendo like event footage and all of the everything else that's been revealed about Mario Kart World I think it's comical that they're like not, and they still said, oh, you just go, if this game is worth the price, just go watch the direct. Even the Treehouse people are like, oh, go watch the direct. And then the direct showed nothing. Like, you're just stupid. I don't care. I'm apathetic. I'm genuinely just apathetic. I'm not apathetic about the game. The game itself, I'm incredibly excited for, honestly. I'm still kind of holding off on the fact that Mario Kart World might actually be bigger, and they're just kind of double dropping the ball and communicating this. Because of one point, and I'm already on this tangent, so I might as well finish it. The file size of Mario Kart World is like 20 gigabytes or something. Like, I think even a little bit more than that. While Donkey Kong is like 11, 10, somewhere in that range. This is like double the size in file size than Donkey Kong. And if it really is just another Mario Kart game, except you can drive between the tracks, I don't see how it could be double the file size of Donkey Kong. I know I can expect it to be bigger because, oh yeah, it's interconnected, but like, I do genuinely feel like Nintendo is hiding some stuff here, and if they are, that makes this direct even funnier. How bad it was. Like, the timing, like, I'm gonna, like, if you were to just rank every Nintendo Direct, obviously there's way too many, and I'm never gonna do that, but if you were to theoretically rank like every Nintendo Direct, the bad ones would be a lot of like early Wii U Directs when they haven't completely figured out how a Nintendo Direct should be formatted where they were, even in those Directs, they were kind of telling information we already knew, which you could say that this is on par with the Mario Kart World Direct, because Mario Kart World also just told information we already knew. However, the context with Mario Kart World is crucial to consider here, because there's all these people at Nintendo of America, Doug Bowser, like I think Bill Trenton as well, we're all saying like, oh yeah, you just watch the direct. You're gonna see a lot in the direct. Like, watch this direct, and you'll see why it's worth $80. And then it was like, just where was everything? This whole situation, I'm just like Nintendo's communication history. Like, this is just funny. This is just funny. It's like Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Like, you could to even play the game with more than like I think that game came with like, I want to say 2 amiibos, maybe one or 2 amiibos. If you wanted to play with like 3 people, you had to go and buy for what they expected to be. Granted, they came on clearance, but for what they expected to be like a $15 amiibo figure just as a controller that you could just press an A button for. Like, that is just capitalist greed right there. Like, but no one cares about that. Because, well, no one bought that game. No one took that game seriously. And I'm not saying people aren't going to take Mario Kart seriously. They definitely are. I know why people are mad about this. The Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival is not a fair comparison to Mario Kart World. I know that. But I'm just kind of comparing what I feel about the situation. That, like, I feel like that. I know I'm in a minority, but that's what I feel like. This is just funny. I'm going to buy the game anyways. I'm going to talk about it or play it, and I'm going to enjoy it. Well, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it, but I hope I'll enjoy it. It looks like I'll enjoy it. I'll probably buy it with the bundle. I already said I don't really care about digital games as much. And I'm assuming that a lot of people watching this video already kind of know a lot of the arguments against Mario Kart World being 80. And why they should, and why this direct should have just had a statement being like, oh, why this game should have been like, oh, Nintendo has been like, oh, we're gonna support this game with free updates, or just talk about more of the features to justify it being like, just address the situation at least somewhat. And then they just didn't. And again, I don't personally care. I'm just kind of watching from afar with popcorn. And if you are a person who is like spamming chat, drop the price. If you are a person who is like contacting Nintendo's support and yelling at them, or like putting on your socials how don't buy the Switch 2 in protest so you can vote with your wallet and blah blah blah, I urge you to go into politics and pursue a career there. I think you might be a lot more successful, and I think you might actually do a lot of good for the world. Just saying. Nintendo's not gonna do anything. I save my rage for housing and food. I do not. Nintendo's my safe place. Hopefully, I haven't been priced out yet. I hope I don't. I mean, even if I do, I still have a lot of old games that I get to play. You know, at the end of the day, I don't care if I play games through other means. Like, I can figure out a way. I can figure out a way. So I'm not that worried about it personally. But this is a big thing. In the future, when people like rank past Mario Kart games, and assuming this game isn't have a lot of features hid behind it because the file size is like very big, so I'm still kind of stuck on that. If someone has a response that it really is just that it's open world and that's taking up all the space, okay, maybe the fact that Nintendo's so good at compression, I really do think that they might just be not revealing a lot of stuff here. But assuming that's not true, like, are people in like 10 years like ranking every Mario Kart game just gonna look back at this game and be like, wow, that was the Mario Kart game Nintendo charged way too much money for, and this is this entire game's reputation? My God, man, that's just sad. I hope this game is played properly and not just that it's the internet hating on it is going to be its whole identity. It's not going to be for me. I can tell you that. I'm kind of ignoring it because I don't care and whatever. If I enjoy it, then I enjoy it. If I don't enjoy it, and then I don't enjoy it, I'll be frank with my opinion. And if the price factors into that, I'll tell you. Hopefully, I'm not being scummed by Nintendo. I mean, I can't control it either way. I mean, the world works how the world works. So yeah, this was just a random discussion video, I guess I put out. And this is my name is Yatha, and this is welcome to my personal channel. That's what this is. I didn't put that in the beginning because I don't know. I didn't feel like it fit. Sorry that the background gameplay is kind of bad. I think I'll probably put like a quick thing in the beginning of the video, but me saying it out loud, I guess it just, yeah. Sorry about that, just because I was tinkering with OBS, and yeah, I'll probably say it in the beginning, and I just haven't. I just got a capture card, and I haven't figured out the OBS fully yet. So sorry about that, but I don't know.